Hate crimes are certainly nothing new in America, but since the beginning of the pandemic, we've seen a startling rise in the number of hate crimes targeting Asian Americans. And in fact, in a recent interview with US Olympic gymnast Suni Lee, she revealed that she was actually the target of one of these just a week ago. She said that while they were waiting for an Uber, a car drove by with people yelling racist slurs such as ching chong and go back to where they come from. Suni Lee also stated someone from the passing vehicle hit her arm with pepper spray. So people were driving around as a group, yelling racist slurs and randomly pepper spraying people on the street. She says, I was so mad, but there was nothing I could do or control because they skirted off. I didn't do anything to them, and having the reputation, it's so hard because I didn't want to do anything that could get me into trouble. I just let it happen. The reputation, of course, is not just that she was an Olympic gymnast, but she took gold in the all-around gymnastics competition last summer, silver in the team event, and bronze on the uneven bars. And look, these attacks are still happening. So 1 in 4 Asian households reported that they fear being threatened or physically attacked in recent months, the largest of the groups polled, but a lot of people are worried about these attacks. And in fact, one organization that reports on these says there's been 9,000 reports of hate crimes involving Asian Americans in the last 15 months. So this has still been going on. It might not always be making the news, but this sort of harassment and in fact attacks, including with things like pepper spray, continue to this day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm against hate crimes.
I think so that's good, bold claim.
Yeah, these are I mean, the reason that I react that way is because like it is that the reaction that everybody should have when they're like, yes, I'm against hate crimes. Apparently being that as a default is not enough and not ubiquitous enough for them to stop happening. This is a widely, as we know, overlooked category because of racial profiling of Asian people in a certain generally overlooked category, period. And it is worth everybody shedding a light on it when it happens, because it does happen, and it happens even when we're not shedding a light on it. So the more we can bring attention to it, the more we can do it. One thing that's just sad and cynical is like if you look at Black Lives Matter and you look at people putting more of a focus on a group of people who have endured hardship. The default setting for conservative media is to say, why are you racializing everything?
Yeah,
we should be against crime. And that's like the most cynical, nefarious, horrible instinct that anyone can have in media.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Anyway, just want to remind people that this is going on. There's been anti-Asian American hatred, discrimination, all that attacks for a very, 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 very long time. But now we're seeing more, and I don't see any reason to believe that it's going to immediately tail off. It's been sort of baked in, and now we're seeing this, and we have to stand up against it, make sure people know what's going on. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.